Alright, so now what I'm going to do is look at this, and maybe we need to adjust the light fog itself to have some kind of special effect. That's going to get starting into materials, which is going to be something in the next chapter, but I'm going to go into a little bit of it now. Let's go into rendering editors and go to Hypershade. Over in the Create Maya nodes, I have all kinds of craziness. Over here I have my favorite, which is noise. Noise is my favorite because it has so many different properties that I can change on it and get. There's like billow noise, purlin noise. Purlin noise is awesome for skin. Amazing. So what I'm going to do here is attach this noise to the light. I do that by clicking on the light, and then I can direct this towards either the color or the light spread or the fog spread. So here, if I click and drag this over to fog spread, now when I render, I get this. Okay? And it has a lot to do with the noise that's appearing within the map. So to adjust the noise, I can just click on the map and I could choose anything up at the top. Keep in mind you can make millions of different maps using just this noise. Okay, especially like bump maps, and oh man, it just goes on and on. So what you should know is the contrast changes everything. So if the contrast change is from black to white, it's going to have a harsh change in the light. But if it's black to gray, hardly any change, and it just becomes a little bit dimmer. So now on the floor, you don't see that harsh effect that's going on, but you definitely see the streams of light coming down. Notice another thing about this type of effect. It looks like it's affecting the floor, but look at the ball. It's not affecting the ball as much as the floor, right? That's one of the bad things about using light fog and some kind of special effects attached to it, is this optical illusion that it almost looks like the ball is in the foreground and then the light fog itself is in the background, even though it's right on top of it. Okay, another thing that can be adjusted here is frequency. So I can make really, really small, fine dots. With billow, I have a lot more to play with. With purlin noise, not so much. So I can random up the size. I can, what kind of randomness do I need? And let's see, what was else? That was probably a good thing to know. There's time, but that doesn't do too much. Right here, color balance. Okay, so the color balance, I can state, does it have what? Does it have a greater change between the two? If I lower this down, it affects the actual quality. Okay, so play around with those a little bit. Again, I could tweak those all day long. Don't forget the how to adjust it, and keep in mind that you can put the little keep stack on. So now you can see that it's affecting the ball a little bit more, but this is ugly, very ugly. If you look at the light itself, you have a lot of other things to play around with, like the intensity. Okay, you can adjust this intensity, and now look at it. That's nice. Okay, you can almost have two separate lights going at the same time, one just for the noise ratio and the other one to handle the special effects. So this probably would be, something up at the ceiling that has little holes in it that light is trickling down through. I would probably choose to light the ball a little bit differently, and that has a lot to do with this. Because right now, these strong rays do not represent the illumination that's appearing onto the ball itself. So I would say maybe 0.5 would be a better illumination for this type of effect. Okay. And that means you would have to take your noise ratio and up it to a more black and white value. So there, as I said, there's so much here that you need to kind of work with, play with, and learn, that there's no way you could cover every nuance on some kind of video. All right. Now that we understand how to maybe add a special effect, let's kind of look at different concepts in the next video.